Hey YouTube, Jalapeno Gal back. I have another coloring book review for you guys. It's Legendary Landscapes Coloring Book Journey. And this book was created by 7 different artists. There are 85 nature scenes in this book. It was illustrated by Canadian artists, so this is not a US or a UK book, although you can still get it in the US. Now, on the back it says $24.99 for Canada and $18.99 in the US. There may be places you can get it cheaper, or it may cost more, but I prefer to shop on Amazon. You can also go to www.colorworth.com and check it out. This book is different and I really enjoy it. It's set up a lot like Joanna Basford's books. I do want to show you the difference in size. There is a considerable difference in size. I'd say at least 2 inches in both directions. And so it makes it a little difficult to sit on your lap and do this. Maybe if you're in bed, but to sit on the couch, you'd probably want some sort of table or like a TV tray or something. Because it's so large, it makes it hard to hold and color at the same time. Like I can't even get it all on the camera. It's big. It's great for guys or girls that have, problems seeing small details and they want a larger book. I highly recommend it for that. Now, before I start the review and showing you what mediums work with this and what don't, I want to clarify that in most of my book reviews, you're not going to see finished work, because my whole point is to tell you guys what medium you can and can't use. So yes, I could spend hours and hours and hours creating a beautiful picture, but to speed up the process, I typically find a picture that I won't color and experiment with different mediums on it. So it's not going to be an amazing picture when I open this up. It's just going to be, areas that I've tested mediums on. So when you open the book up, the spine to me is glued. It does lay flat. You can see that as I push down on it, it's kind of separating a little bit here. And you can feel that glue, but it hasn't fallen apart on me yet, but I haven't used it very much. I don't think it will fall apart. Don't quote me on that, but you have like medium to heavy cardstock for paper, and it's smooth. And if you've gotten Joanna Basford's book, Enchanted Forest, it's the same quality paper as Enchanted Forest. So here we go. On this page, I have used several different mediums. Right here, I used Faber-Castell's Pitt pens. These are these, and they're water-based. Let me see. Yeah, they're water-based ink. They're not alcohol-based, and they're blendable. You can see that they did not bleed. You can see an impression of where. You can see an impression of where I colored it, but it doesn't actually bleed through like what you see up here. So before I continue, these are double-sided pages. They're not one-sided, so you're going to have to pick your medium carefully if you want to preserve both sides or make copies so you can color it multiple ways. For a lot of people, that's a huge turnoff. I personally think the artwork in this book and the design of this book is worth it. You just are going to have to pick and choose, no Sharpies, no alcohol-based markers kind of thing. Let's see, right here on this big pink balloon, I used Prismacolor color pencils, and I used my Winsor Newton blending medium to blend those colors beautifully. I think that's Dahlia purple. Everybody always asks me what purple that is, and as you can see, there's nothing. Let's see if I can back that up. You can see a little bit of pink, but there's really no bleed through. There's no, it wouldn't compromise the backside of one of your pictures at all. Right, let's see if I can zoom in for you guys. Right here, I decided to play with some gel pens, which I've really been getting into and trying to learn. And I learned on here you can't blend the glittery ones. Doesn't work very well. But you can see up here, with the glitter ones, it kind of does some graining on the paper when you use the water or whatever to blend the gel pen colors. The one on top turned out pretty good. The glitter you see is just from where my finger smeared it, but that's gel pen as well. And right here, let's see, back it up. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of backing up today. This area right here is where I did the gel pen and I blended it with water. So the water caused the ink to saturate the page and go through on the back. But you can see over here where I haven't used any water with the gel pens, it doesn't bleed through at all. You can't see it. It's not there on the back side. So as long as you're not using water to blend your gel pens, you're good to go with gel pens in this book. Now here we have a huge mess of stuff, so let's get ready for this one. Over here, we have metallics, we have a Pitt pen, we have Bic markets and Sharpies, and we have Prismacolor here and Crayola here on the outside, the pink and purple. So I'm going to switch back over here for the markers. The Bic markets bled, obviously. The Prismacolor green bled. The Crayolas did not bleed. The metallics did not bleed. The Pitt pens did not bleed, which we already knew because of the green balloon. Now, when I come over here, this area here is done with Prismacolor and a pencil, a blender pencil. So that works really well, smushing that pigment down into the tooth. There's not really a whole lot of waxy residue on it, but it is only 2 colors. I didn't blend multiple colors. So now, both of these areas right here where you see the blues and the yellows, those are watercolor pencils. And I think you could see on the back side here where the water saturates the paper. So you have to be super, super careful if you're going to use watercolor pencils and almost use a dry brush. Just dot it, dot it, dot it. Very little water. There's also a lot of paper graining because it's not watercolor paper. So I would not recommend watercolors on this paper. I would not recommend Bic Market, Sharpies, or any other alcohol-based markers, Copics, Prismacolors, things of that nature, unless you don't care about the picture on the back side. If you care about the picture on the back side, do not use alcohol-based markers. Do not use water. Do not use water to blend gel pens because it will all bleed through on the back side. But the Prismacolor pencils, the Faber-Castell, the Crayola, all your basic color pencils work well. The blending mediums work well. You know, all in all, it's really good quality paper. You could probably do a whole lot of really neat artwork with this book. I'm going to try to show you guys the images now that you can expect. The back of the book, like I said, is set up like Secret Garden and all those books that show you the different pages in the back, kind of like a guide, so you don't have to flip through the book 100 times. It gives you a little bio about each of the author or each of the artists in this book, which I found great. Oftentimes I wonder about the artist. So we're going to do a flip through, keeping in mind there's 85 images, so this is going to take a minute. I think that's a galaxy image. And the images in the back tell you what it's supposed to be. That's an alien planet. Galaxy. Ooh, I know a lot of people lately are starting to do the galaxy stuff with the blues and the pinks and the purples. That might be an awesome image for you there. Ooh, that's pretty. All in all, I would really recommend this book. It's nice, and it'll keep you busy for a long time. And you know, I've said it in all my other video, well, not all of them, but I should. If you get a book because you like 1 or 2 images that you've seen colored on Facebook groups, and you don't find any reviews on it, so you really don't know what the other images are, and then let's say you get the book and you only like 2 or 3 images, then it's, you know, I always recommend, I like those flowers. I always recommend sitting a cup of color pencils out on the table with the book, so when your company comes over, you can encourage them to color with you, or get a big poster, a color poster like this one, and tape it down to your living room table with some, you know, pencils and markers and whatnot, and let your company color. Encourage your company. Let them know that it's relaxing and it's fun, and, you know, it takes your mind off of things. So if you come across books that you've purchased, don't just throw them away, or, you know, if you want to give them to somebody else, that's great too, but just sit them on your coffee table. Let your company color. Or if you have friends that bring over kids, you know, it's great to keep them busy so they don't break your stuff. Mushrooms. Everybody knows I like mushrooms. It's a big old leaf. 85 images. All mediums can be used on here except for alcohol-based markers. Those bleed through, and watercolor pencils or just basic watercolors. Those will cause a lot of paper graining, so you don't want to use those. Very smooth paper, cardstock, really thick. And there you have it. Legendary Landscapes. You can find it on Amazon, or you can find it at colorworth.com. So I hope you guys give this book a try, and I hope that you enjoyed the review. If so, don't forget to subscribe. I will put links in the description box to this book and to our Facebook group page. So I hope you guys join. Bye.